Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for being here, and thank you to those viewing remotely. I call to order this joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the redevelopment agency of the City of San Bernardino, the San Bernardino Housing Authority, and as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority at 5:05 p.m. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Sanchez.
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Here.
Councilmember Charette.
Here.
Councilmember Canas is here in the auditorium. Councilmember Flores.
Present.
Councilmember Ortiz.
Here.
And Mayor Tran.
Here. Thank you. Before we conduct city business, as a friendly reminder, as the elected leaders of the city, we endeavor to be respectful to each other, our public, and especially our staff. Our behavior this evening sets the tone for how our residents, business community, and others view our city. We must conduct city business with professionalism and respectful behavior to build trust, credibility, and move our city forward. We also ask that the public in attendance tonight please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seat. If you wish to address the Mayor and City Council, please be sure to submit a speaker slip. You have until 5:15. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given and/or you'll be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.9 and Penal Code 403. We shall commit to these values and foster a positive and productive working environment that is conducive to achieving our goals effectively and efficiently. Mr. City Attorney, do we have anything to report from closed session?
Thank you, Mayor. The Mayor and Council met in closed session to discuss 3 cases of significant exposure litigation and 1 case of initiation of litigation. There is no reportable action from closed session, but for the record, I do want to note that for 1 case of significant exposure and the 1 case of initiation, it did involve discussing Councilwoman Dr. Treasure Ortiz, and she did recuse herself from those discussions. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now apologies. Move on to invocation and pledge. Bishop Daniel Fraser from Due Season Fellowship will lead tonight's invocation. Bishop. And Mayor Pro Tem, will you lead us to the Pledge of Allegiance? Please all rise.
Let us pray. Father, we're grateful for the blessings of our nation to be a mighty government on the earth. Thank you for allowing us to call upon you in times of need as a nation. We're grateful, Lord, for the bountiful blessings, for your gratefulness, and we bless your name. We ask, God, that once again, you will invoke your blessings upon our political leaders, our president, our mayor of San Bernardino, our city council members, our leadership team. We pray for them. By faith, we call our leaders guided and directed by your Holy Spirit. We declare that our political leaders seek kingdom, wisdom, and guidance. We pray that they will live godly and righteous lives, and we pursue, oh God, to do the things that are pertinent and potentially successful for the growth and redevelopment of our city. We ask, Father, that once again, as we come before you, we ask that you will grant our political leaders favor, increase their faith, prepare them to pursue your excellence, draw them to you and cause them to know and fulfill your purpose. Please, Lord, place people in their path that will provide spiritual, sound, and godly counsel. For your counsel, their plans will go awry. Guide them, Lord. Impart their wisdom into their minds and revelations to them about leadership and how to help grow and redevelop our community. Deal with our leaders about keeping their hearts and motives pure. We ask that you will make their hearts palatable, willing and obedient to your will. Cause each of them to live a godly and perfect life. In Jesus' name I pray. Bless this session tonight from its conception to conclusion. In Jesus' name, amen and amen.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Mr. City Attorney, you just reported out right early, so I skipped. Thank you. We will now move on to presentation. We are going to have one presentation. It's the proclamation for Overdose Awareness Day in the City of San Bernardino, August 31st, 2025. And we're going to present this to the Veterans Alcohol Recovery Program, also known as VARP. Sean DeShaw, Ted Tavalassi, Teresa Hickson, James Detman, Robert Johnson, and Ed Bustamante. Are you here? If you could come to the stage, Council, would you join me to the front, to the stage? Hello. Is it on? Yes? Okay. A proclamation of the Mayor and City Council proclaiming August 31st, 2025 as Overdose Awareness Day in the City of San Bernardino. Whereas the City of San Bernardino does affirm and acknowledge the harm and hardship caused by drug overdose. And whereas we recognize the purpose of International Overdose Awareness Day as remembering loved ones lost to overdose and ending the stigma of drug-related deaths. And whereas we resolve to play our part in reducing the toll of overdose in our community, which last year claimed the lives of 471 residents of San Bernardino County and nearly 11,000 Californians, together with countless more affected forever. And whereas the City of San Bernardino wishes to recognize and commend Veterans Alcoholic Rehabilitation Program, also known as VARP, for their long-standing commitment to substance use recovery, prevention, and community-based support. And whereas VARP has been a leader in providing critical services such as residential treatment, recovery resources, and outreach to those most at risk in San Bernardino, working tirelessly to reduce the impact of addiction and overdose in our neighborhoods. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino do hereby proclaim August 31st, 2025 as International Overdose Awareness Day in the City of San Bernardino and extend heartfelt appreciation to VARP for their continued service, compassion, and impact in our community, presented on the 20th day of August 2025. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm James Detman of VARP Incorporated. This is my colleague, Ed Bustamante. VARP operates Gibson House and other drug and alcohol rehab programs right here in San Bernardino. We're honored to be here, and we're pleased to accept a certificate designating August 31st as Overdose Awareness Day in San Bernardino. At VARP, we're doing what we can to address the problem of overdose. A staggering number of people die from overdose every year, and it's just tragic. All of us know people who have died this way. I'm sure each of you have lost friends, family members, acquaintances to overdose. It's the saddest thing. I've been to memorials for overdose victims. You see wedding photos, you see engagement pictures, you see graduation pictures. It's not just junkies on the street. They are living vibrant lives, they're in the prime of their life, and one mistake and bam, they're dead. Forever, they're gone. All their dreams, all their happiness, all the good they could have done, all the love they had for the people that loved them, it's gone. Let's work to stop this. Another thing we can do is not look down on those who have survived overdoses. There's a stigma sometimes. Let's not do that. Let's support overdose survivors in doing better with their second chance in life. Thank you again for this gesture. VARP serves the entire Inland Empire, but we're here in San Bernardino and have been for 50 years. Our heart is here. We love this community and we believe in it. We're a rehab, but we're also stepping up to address homelessness in this city. We're very proud to be partnering with the City of San Bernardino as the interim shelter provider for the Waterman Corridor encampment cleanup, funded by the ERF grant. We thank our friends at the City Housing Office, Cassandra Searcy, Gab DeLeon, Eddie Flores, and everybody else that's worked on this. Thanks again to the mayor and the council.
Thank you. Quick picture? Thank you. Thank you, VARP, again, for all the work that you're doing. Okay, next, we will move on to public hearing. We do have 2 items for public hearing. Item number 2, introduce the first reading ordinance number MC 1653, enacting a code of ordinances revising, amending, restating, codifying, and compiling the San Bernardino Municipal Code. I'm opening the public hearing at 5:17 p.m. Madam City Clerk, could you please provide a presentation on this item?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The item before you is a public hearing for our codification of the municipal code. The city entered into an agreement with American Legal Publishing to provide web hosting for the municipal code and to complete a comprehensive codification. This process involved a full review and reorganization of the city's ordinances to ensure they are clear, consistent, and accessible. As part of the review, American Legal Publishing identified outdated language, inconsistencies, duplications, and formatting issues, and provided a detailed report outlining recommended updates. The City Clerk's Office and the City Attorney's Office will be working collaboratively with departments to address these findings and will bring forward supplemental updates in the future. The codification updates presented tonight include consistent word usage throughout the code, standardized numbering and formatting, gender-neutral language, and modernized technology and structure. These changes are editorial in nature and do not alter the legal effect or intent of the ordinances. And we're requesting council approve ordinance number MC 1653 to formally adopt the updated codification. Thank you for your time, and I'm available for questions.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Do we have any requests from the public to speak on this item?
We have no requests. We have one on this item.
One, okay.
Les?
I just want to say, can we do a better job at leaving warehouses in warehouse areas from residential when you guys do look at that? And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
That concludes the speakers.
Thank you. I'm now closing public hearing at 5:19 p.m. For deliberation and action, I do have Councilmember Sanchez. Would you like to speak? And followed by Councilmember Ortiz.
So I went through most of it, and 99% of it is just changing the term common council to city council. There are no substantive changes to this. It's just updated language. Again, there is no change to the legislative nature of the municipal code. Move to approve.
Thank you. There's a motion and second. Councilmember Ortiz?
Actually, I'd just like to make a substitute motion. I understand Councilman Sanchez has been able to go through this, but I'd like to give the public just one more meeting to be able to go through this information, be comfortable with what we're doing, because this, you know, for the average person, this is quite a few pages and just a level of understanding. And so if we could do that, I mean, I support it because I've been able to read it, but I know that there are residents who are like, I'm still trying to catch up. So if there would be any support to do a public hearing at the first meeting of September, I would like to move that motion.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes, this is the first reading of an ordinance, and an ordinance requires 2 readings. So this will come back at the next meeting for final approval. Move to approve.
And I understand that. I just think that if they just have between, a full scope of things, I mean, which, like I said, if you don't want to extend time, that's fine. I just think that people want to be a part of the full process and not just rush to be a part of like the second reading, but, we can, like I said, I just wanted to move it for the sake of the public and their ability to, with their time constraints versus ours, so.
Thank you, Councilmember. Hearing there's a substitute, is there a second for that substitute? I don't see any, so we'll go back to the original motion and the second by Councilmember Canaz. Councilmember Canaz, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I just have a quick question as far as the time frame to address Councilmember Ortiz's concern. How long before the second reading comes back to council?
The plan for the second reading is going to be for the next meeting, September 3rd.
Okay, so they'll have almost a full, 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Going back to the original motion and second, motion by Councilmember Sanchez, seconded by Councilmember Canaz. Please.
Mayor,
Yes,
if I may,
Mr. City Attorney.
I want to clarify the motion for the record, because I don't see it in your script here. It's to introduce the ordinance, read by title only, waive further reading, and set September 3rd as the date for second reading and adoption.
Thank you. Madam City, please cast your votes on the screen.
Motion passes 6-1 with Councilmember Ortiz voting in opposition.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, please read the title of the ordinance into the record.
Ordinance number MC 1653 of the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino, California, enacting a code of ordinances, revising, amending, restating, codifying, and compiling certain existing general ordinances of the city dealing with subjects embraced in such codes of ordinances.
Thank you. Moving on to the next public hearing, item number 3, adopt resolution denying or approving appeal 24-06, the Planning Commission's approval of resolution 2024-034 PC that restored the conditions of approval for administrative development permit 22-020. Item number 3 is a quasi-judicial hearing, and we will follow the procedural rules in accordance with resolution number 2018-88. I am opening the hearing at 5:23 p.m. Any members of the public wishing to address this body on this item, please stand and raise your hand to have the city clerk administer the oath. I don't see anyone from the member of the public. There's one, we have one. Do we have the name of the, no?
He said
Okay.
no for this one.
All right.
Mayor, just for the record, those to be sworn should include the appellant and respondent's representatives. So if they're here to give a presentation, they are included in who to be sworn in.
Okay, so please conduct the swearing in.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give before this body will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, please say I do.
Thank you. If any council members have any ex parte communications outside of this public hearing with city staff, the appellant, or members of the public related to this public hearing, please disclose them at this time and share the substance of the information received. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mayor. I was contacted by Appellant 1, one of the applicants, or one of the appellants, about late in 2023, early 2024, by text messages. I didn't respond to any of them. I simply just directed them to contact the city manager at that time. And so I'm prepared to make my decision tonight based only on the information provided to me tonight and in the agenda packet and with an open mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Could city staff provide presentation on this item? Staff will have 15 minutes to speak.
Madam Mayor, may I interject for 1 second?
Can you turn on your mic, please?
If I may interject to save the agony, if possible, at least defer the agony. I'm Mohammed Gaz. I represent the Waterman Business Center Association, who's the respondent on this. And counsel for the appellant and I discussed the matter. We have tentatively reached an agreement to submit a proposal to the staff to revise Condition 20, that is related to the semi-truck traffic at the location, to see if we could come up with something that's agreeable to the parties and constituency as well as the city. And we're requesting jointly if you would kindly put this over to September 17, 2025 City Council meeting. If we're unable to resolve, which would be very unlikely, but if it's resolved, it'll go off your calendar. You don't have to worry about it, but in the unlikely event. So rather than have the staff make presentation, maybe we keep the powder dry until then. Hopefully, we'll never fire it.
Thank you. Council, there was a motion to continue, and there's a second.
To the date specific, September 3rd?
September 17th.
17th, September 17th council meeting.
Yes.
Request.
You have to close the hearing before we make a
Ortiz.
motion to continue.
Mr. City Attorney, could you please advise?
You can move the public hearing to September 17th. You don't necessarily have to close it. You could just motion to continue the public hearing to September the 17th.
Thank you. There was a motion by Councilmember Charette and seconded by Councilmember Ortiz to continue the item to the second meeting September 17th, I believe. And then I do have some questions from the Councilmember Ortiz, followed by Mayor Pro Tem.
I just want to say how cool that is. I think that just, to be able to have two parties speak to each other and start looking for consensus before we come between an appeal and deny, because what it feels to me is like you guys are looking out for what's not only in the best interest of your business, but what also will be ultimately in the best interest of the community. And that really means a lot. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Councilmember. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you. Just a clarification from legal. If there are members of the public who want to speak on this, would they still be allowed to speak on it? It just wouldn't be part of the record, correct? But would we still afford them the opportunity, or would they have to come back at that time?
My recommendation is, because no staff presentation is going to be given, to not receive any public comments, because if the public comments are provided now, they are not going to be part of the record. You're not doing the public hearing, you're postponing that to September the 17th. So I would recommend not to receive public comments at this time.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, Mr. State Attorney. There's a motion second. Madam City Clerk?
The electronic voting is open.
I'm sorry?
Electronic voting?
Oh, I keep forgetting. Electronic voting, Council, to move this item, continue to the second meeting in September.
The motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We will now move on to City Manager update. Mr. City Manager, please proceed.
Thank you, Mayor Tran. Mayor Tran and City Council, I'm going to give a brief update to you. As you are aware, on Saturday, there was an incident involving a resident of San Bernardino and federal officers. With that said, I want to read a statement there. Last Saturday, San Bernardino Police Department responded to reports of shots fired. Upon arrival, officers encountered federal agents who stated they were involved in an officer-involved shooting, and the suspect had fled the scene. A short time later, the suspect contacted PD dispatch requesting assistance, stating masked men had tried to pull him over, broke his car window, and shot at him. Officers were able to locate and make contact with the individual who called in that complaint. Under the California Values Act of 2018, California law enforcement agencies are prohibited from assisting federal officials with immigration enforcement, and at this time it was unclear whether the person involved, the individual or suspect involved, was wanted, so the police did clear the scene at that time because we did not want to be involved in immigration enforcement. Continuing for 1 second, at approximately, it then picked up again later that afternoon at 1 o'clock. Federal officials requested assistance from the police department due to a large crowd forming as they attempted to arrest the subject, forcibly assaulting, resisting, or impeding federal officers. Once it was determined that the subject or the individual who's a resident was wanted for assaulting not that person, but a subject was wanted for assaulting a federal officer, the police department returned to assist as requested. San Bernardino police officers provided crowd control during this incident. Under the California Values Act, again, law enforcement may assist federal officials when an officer or public safety is at risk of harm. In this case, federal agents requested assistance during a lawful arrest for assaulting a federal officer when a crowd created potential officer safety concern. This was not immigration related, and that is why the police responded to the scene. So we can answer further questions if wanted at a later time. On a more positive note, Tesla opened in San Bernardino today. We were proud to report that earlier today, Tesla opened its 30,000 square foot state-of-the-art collision service center on Orange Show Lane, bringing advanced auto repair technology to San Bernardino with an emphasis to hire locally within the community. Mount Vernon Bridge, this is very exciting for the community. I know everyone is invited to Saturday's community celebration, marking opening of the new Mount Vernon Bridge from 9:30 to 1 at the corner of Mount Vernon Avenue and 2nd Street. The event will feature a ribbon cutting, a blast of the historic steam whistle, classic car show, food, music, resource fair, and an opportunity for people to walk across the bridge. This has been a partnership between the city, SBCTA, and one of the largest public works projects in San Bernardino history. The city will be holding a ribbon cutting to celebrate the reopening of Guadalupe Field, August 26th at 5 p.m. The project is a partnership with Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. and the County of San Bernardino and features a new field, turf irrigation, fencing, and lighting. San Bernardino Youth Baseball Pony League will be joining in the celebration. Recently, the city took to recognize and thank dedicated staff members. This happened in July, who have served San Bernardino for 5 to 25 years or more. And in addition, we had special recognition that went to employees who have served the city for over 30 years, including Michelle Parra for 30 years, Clyde Layden for 30 years, Ed Urjavac for 30 years, Mark Aranda, Jeffrey Harvey, Robert Richards, and Kiwami Waldo for 30 years, Monica Flores, John Vasek for 35 years, David Rosas, Roxana Velasco for 40 years, and William Flesher for 45 years. I want to thank all those employees for all their dedication. Code enforcement efforts was able to close a case in an apartment building on Highland Avenue that was unkept and outside and uninhabitable on the inside. After several notices to the owner with no compliance, the property was ultimately placed into receivership. The property was rehabilitated by the receiver and is ready to be lived in again. And next to last, cool places to beat the summer heat in San Bernardino. I believe we are posting the sites, but we are creating several sites for cooling centers and for people to stay cool during this heat wave. Finally, it's not on the presentation, but I did want to let you know that yesterday the police chief forwarded me a MOU that I did sign, and it's a MOU with the county flood control district that allows our police department to enforce in the flood control district starting now. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. We will now move on to public comments. At this time, public comments will be heard for items on the open session and items not on the agenda. To address the City Council, everyone must complete a speaker card and provide it to the City Clerk. Only those speaker cards turned into the City Clerk will be allowed to address the City Council. No late cards will be accepted. Each person should state their name for the record before beginning their comments. As your name is called, please line up in the order announced. We have 2 podiums available for your convenience. Please proceed to either one as soon as your name is called. Please note, your name will only be called once. If you do not respond when called, you may forfeit your opportunity to speak. If you require Spanish interpretation, we do have an interpreter on site. Please raise your hand at this time to indicate you will need interpreting assistance. In addition, we have interpreting listening devices available in the back. We also ask that members of the public in the audience please again observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seat. If you wish to address the mayor and city council, please be sure to submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given or you'll be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.9 and Penal Code 403.
En este momento se escucharán los comentarios públicos para artículos de la agenda y artículos que no están en la agenda. Para dirigirse al Consejo Municipal, cada individuo debe completar una tarjeta de orador. Se debe completar la tarjeta de orador y entregarla a la Secretaría Municipal en este momento. Solo aquellas tarjetas de orador entregadas a la Secretaría Municipal podrán dirigirse al Consejo Municipal. No se aceptarán tarjetas tardías. Cada persona debe indicar su nombre para el registro antes de comenzar sus comentarios. Al ser llamado, por favor, forme una fila en el orden anunciado. Disponemos de 2 podios para su comida. Diríjase a cualquiera de ellos tan pronto como se le llame su nombre. Si necesita interpretación en español, tenemos un intérprete presente. Por favor, levante la mano en este momento para indicar que requiere servicios. También tenemos aparatos disponibles para escuchar la Junta en español.
Thank you. Gracias. We will now move on to, sorry, not moving on. We're on public comments. Madam City Clerk?
Okay, we have 40 speakers tonight.
40 speakers. Given the number of speakers, we're going to reduce the amount to 1.5 minutes. Please call the speakers.
Al Palazzo, Mike Hartley, Christian Shaughnessy, Kim Calvin, Luis Ojeda, Ronica Galande, Georgia L., Sharon Negretti, Jose Salas, Jim Smith, Dolores Armstead, Donald Monty, Luis Mendez, Eric Aguinaldo, Lupe Castaneda, Ray Bloom, Ronald Alvarado, Lee M.
Thank you. If you hear your name, please come approach the podium to speak. Is your name was called? Yes, please. If you hear your names, please start lining up. Doesn't matter. If you hear a name, please line up behind the podium and you may speak. Yep.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I am Lupe Castañeda, Senior Office Administrator at the San Bernardino Area Chamber of Commerce. First of all, thank you for your continued support throughout the previous years of our Rendezvous Back to Route 66 car show event. Second, I just wanted to provide an update on how many registered cars we have so far. Today was our 3rd day registering cars, and we are almost at half. A bit under 600 of the 1,200 we max out on. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, and thank you for keeping this event going. It is very positive in our city to have this event going. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Ron Alvarado. I'm from the 1st Ward. Tonight, we celebrate the reopening of the Mount Vernon Bridge, a long-awaited moment for our community. For years, families were divided, students detoured, and local businesses struggled. Now this bridge stands as a symbol of renewal and reconnection to our city. Let's lift off our west side by supporting local treasures like Mitlas Café, Casa de Flores, and Amapola. And myself, as the Parks and Recreation Chair for the Commission, I thank staff for the amazing summer concerts, the movies in the park they put on, and invite families to our Foam Fest dance party on Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. But for families to truly enjoy these moments, they must feel safe. The fear of ICE activity in our neighborhoods creates barriers no one should face. A strong city is one where every family can live, play, and celebrate without fear. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Donald Monte, San Bernardino Development Company. Good evening, Mayor, Council, those of you in attendance. A minute and a half. Here we go. As the developer for San Bernardino, I'd like to make a comment regarding the litigation that was commenced almost 2 years ago, and repeat to everyone here tonight, we are not going away. And the reason we're not going away is really quite simple. One, the community has been lied to, and lied to in several ways that fraudulently induced us to enter into agreement with the city. Also, fraudulently withholding information from us about HCD violations. Fraudulently withholding our willingness to provide 25% affordable housing to your community. That could result in almost 4,000 units that we were shut down from. So, and after a year and a half of negotiations, we were abruptly told that the city is not willing to discuss any settlement anymore. Abruptly. And why? Because we were about to reach a conclusion with HCD significantly saying to everyone there was no need to terminate our agreement, none whatsoever.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is Lee, and I'd like to thank you for being here today, and I'd really like to thank the neighbors and the community that showed up to speak for themselves today. I'd say you can't choose where you're born, but you can choose where you call home. 225,000 people call this city home, and they're trusting each member of this council to represent them, to keep them safe, and that is not what happened this past weekend. This past weekend, it's a video, many videos online that we have all seen, I'm sure, that made national news. We watched masked men target a family, a San Bernardino family, pull them over, not identify themselves, break the windows of this family. And when a father was terrified for his life and for the life of his son, and he tried to escape, these masked men pulled out a gun and shot at him, and shot wildly at this car. This family then went home. I call them family and victims, not suspects. This family went home, called the police because they were terrified and they wanted help and support. Police showed up, said there's nothing we can do, let these masked men congregate down this entire road, and thankfully our community showed up and provided the safety that this city is supposed to be providing.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor, Council members, and public in general. My name is Luis Mendez. I'm the former Deputy Director of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, as well as Project Director of the Women and Minority Business Enterprise for the Nassau County Office of Minority Affairs in Nassau County, New York. As a former government official for almost a decade, I have been involved in following the project that Mr. Monte talked about. I can tell you that I have plenty of experience in knowing when government fails to empower, fails to create employment opportunities, and fails to develop a better future for its taxpayers and future generations. Local government has a profound responsibility to create a safe environment, to create a better quality of life for those who live here, and to also develop responsible opportunities for a brighter future. With your actions, you have sent a clear message to those of us who look towards the city of San Bernardino as a partner in development. You have said, we will deceive you, we will not support you, and most of all, we will not play by the rules. Esta oportunidad es muy buena para todos los residentes. Esto es responsable. Este gobierno ha decidido tomar la decisión de jugar un juego sucio y ahora estamos al precipicio de una demanda simple y sencillamente. What a shame. Qué lástima. No más. No más. By the way, Mr. Monty is joined here today by his lead counsel, so I just want to make sure that we acknowledge that he's here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello. Hi, my name is Eric Aguinaldo. I'm an educator and a member of Ward 1. So I wanted to speak to the situation that a lot of folks are speaking to. I know the city manager discussed slightly the police involvement in the situation. Mayor Tran, I appreciate you calling for a full and transparent investigation on the matter. I do think there is concerns in the community about the local PD working with ICE, whether those be confirmed or not. I urge you all to draw transparency to that and inform the community in whatever ways you all can, basically what exactly is going on there. And I wanted to I wanted to recall back to a statement you made previously, Mayor Tran. So on June 10th, a little more than 2 months ago, you shared a video on Instagram and discussed protests going on at the time around immigration and the presence of ICE in California. You stated that the city of San Bernardino continues to listen, engage, and advocate for policies that reflect the values of dignity, fairness, and justice for all. As we see, as we saw this past Saturday, it doesn't seem like there are policies protecting our community members, or at least they're not being enforced. I'd like to know what tangible action has been taken since June 10th to promote those values, specifically with regard to immigration attacks and the kidnappings that we're seeing continue in our community. And yeah, I'll just leave it there.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Kimberly Calvin. I wanted to come in, and it's just how ironic that a lot of lawsuits are being discussed here in the city of San Bernardino, but I wanted to bring to your attention an email that I sent to all of you on July 8th. And on July 8th, I mentioned that former city manager Rochelle Clayton was in the audience and had shared with me that Councilmember Sanchez had called her boss in city of Barstow to talk to the mayor about her attending council meetings here. This is while a former city manager has a claim here in the city of San Bernardino, of which she is stating that she has been harassed, workplace harassment against her with Councilmember Charette and Councilmember Sanchez, but yet you continue to elevate and put the city in situations to where you're talking about potential liability and potential claims, but I don't see this claim coming forward, and I don't see you or any of you, because this is definitely censurable for Councilmember Sanchez to call another city, to call an employer of a former employee who has a claim where she's listed your name, and you continue to put the city in liability because you don't care, because there's no governance among the council, there's no governance amongst the city attorney. You all feel that you're able to do exactly what you want to do whenever you want to do it because you do it behind closed doors. But that's not going to continue to happen. We're going to continue to bring forth all of the information needed to expose you and those who do not act on behalf of the city of San Bernardino.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening. My name is Georgia. First, I'm going to go off my regular routine, and I want to thank Chief Goodman and everyone involved for that well-organized second annual luncheon in support of our youth. The event showcased real commitment, great speakers, and programs that deserves ongoing support, and the food was absolutely delicious. Back to what I usually go to. As for Director Watson, I said my piece. But what I truly don't understand is all the praise, except from the commissioner that came up here, Trayvon Martin, and praised, even though he did admit she gave him money. What are we really celebrating? Because what I see is a facility in crisis. I see animals suffering, rampant disease, and blatant violations of the law. If you're applauding that, then either you're being misled or you see these animals as nothing more than income. The city is being destroyed from within, and those of you sitting at this dais pretending not to see it are complicit. To my fellow citizens, make your votes count. The future of this city depends on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Frank Cobo, Second Ward. Good evening, esteemed mayor, council members. I'm a Second Ward resident, and I'm deeply troubled by your failure to uphold Title VIII of our municipal code, which demands a safe and livable city. San Bernardino, founded in 1810, prospered through the 19th century and earned the title of All-American City in 1977, a proud legacy now tarnished by the 1994 Norton Air Force Base closure and 2012 bankruptcy. I urge you to secure federal funds to address crime, homelessness, and urban decay, or make way for leaders who will. Crime is rampant, nearly 11 violent crimes per 1,000 people, with over 2,400 incidents annually. Among the worst in the nation, yet police stations work daytime banker hours, leaving nights vulnerable. Why haven't you pursued justice assistance grant funds from the Department of Justice, which provide millions for more officers and equipment? In the Second Ward, where joblessness plagues many, crime festers. You're failing our families and our community. Act now. Homelessness is a crisis. Over 1,500 people turned Paris Hill Park, Waterman and Baseline, Arden and Highland, and downtown into zones of drugs and disorder, violating Title VIII's rules against public nuisances. Children at Emerton, Del Rosa, and Highland Pacific schools face drug users nearby, which is frightening, alarming, and quite concerning. With 1 in 5 residents in poverty, homes suffer. Why ignore?
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, Sharon Negretti. Our shelter is out of control. In the last 3 years, animal surrenders and dumpings have exploded, and you've done nothing. It's become a warehouse for the forgotten, a death sentence for healthy, adoptable dogs. You fund this shelter, you are responsible for what happens behind these walls, and right now, you're failing. There aren't enough staff to feed and clean, let alone take photos and network dogs. These animals stay invisible until it's time to kill them. That's not a system, that's a conveyor belt to a lethal injection. Where are the adoption programs, the weekly events at parks, PetSmart, anywhere? None of this is happening. You've chosen to ignore this. And don't deflect with, there are bigger issues. This city is a disaster because you ignore everything that isn't convenient. Caring for the animals doesn't cancel out caring about people. It's all connected. Broken systems, lack of compassion, and no leadership. Humans have a voice, animals don't. That's why I'm here. Please, please, give them some staff. They need staff. Just please pay attention. There's things that are broken in that shelter that need fixing.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, and the public. My name's Ray Blum. I'm the resident of the 5th Ward. I have businesses in the 6th and 1st Wards, and I'm the president of the Downtown Neighborhood Association. I came down tonight to speak in favor of Route 66 in our downtown and what an impact it has for our community in a positive light, bringing life to our downtown, and just encouraging the city to support it with our fee waivers. And thank you for the partnership you've had over the years. But just as a positive, talking to many of our businesses downtown, this is a positive event that are supported to bring recognition to our city and our downtown area as a whole. We have cruising in our blood. I grew up here in the 70s on East Street. In the 80s, it was on Mount Vernon. But cruising and a car culture is a part of who we are, so we just want to speak in favor of that and are thanking you for supporting it in the past and encouraging you to continue to support it. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Roberto López.
Here's Roberto Lopez.
La razón que estoy aquí es porque vengo a denunciar a un security.
Okay. Roberto is here to denounce a security guard
Que está en la puerta del City Hall.
that is at the door at of the City Hall here.
Esta es la tercera vez y
This is the 3rd time that he's been bothering him or harassing him.
Y me saca videos, me saca, me corre del lugar de afuera, no de adentro de la propiedad.
And the security guard has been videotaping him, has been kicking him off from outside of the city hall, not from here. Roberto is outside of the city hall, not, in the property.
Soy un vendedor ambulante de ice cream.
He sells ice creams on his little truck.
Con todos mis permisos y el señor se atrevió a pedirme permisos.
And Roberto has all the licenses from the city, and then the security guard has asked for the license for the permits.
Y yo la verdad no sé si él está correcto o está violando la ley.
And I'm not sure the security guard is violating any laws or he's doing something discriminating me, because I'm not doing anything wrong.
Y la otra razón que estoy aquí es que en el área donde yo vivo,
And the other reason that I'm here is where I live, in the area that I live.
están demasiadas descompuestas las calles y yo no sé de dónde van mis taxis.
And the area that I live, the streets are very damaged. There are holes everywhere. And I was wondering where the taxes that I pay are going.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is James Smith, a lifetime resident of the city of San Bernardino, chairman of the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission. Welcome to the new city manager. I'm really excited at his leadership. I've heard some very good things that he has brought to the city of San Bernardino. Another really important item that I wanted to discuss today was what is being done with the city schools. I took a private tour of the city schools building last week, and it's tremendous, the plans they have to improve the facility. Now they're adding a new building, a lot of things, a lot of good things happening. That's one of the bright lights of San Bernardino is the San Bernardino City Unified School District. I also want to take a moment to recognize and congratulate the city clerk's office, also the Park and Rec Department. They have been working hand in very closely with Tim Prince and I as far as preserving. Again, I'm the chairman of the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission. We are trying to preserve the history of California and to preserve Second Park. I think we all know that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Ronika Galande. I am a resident of the 5th Ward as well as the Planning Commissioner for the 5th Ward. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to our beautiful council for continuing to move our city forward. Most of us are doing that. It's imperative that we continue to showcase the positive developments that are happening within our city in order to make San Bernardino the all-American city that it once was. In order for us to really focus on public safety, community outreach programs, new business development, educational highlights, ways to address homelessness, and creating jobs, we have to stop drinking the Kool-Aid, folks. Really, it's disheartening often to see a lot of our time and energy wasted on conspiracy theories, false allegations, unfortunately and sadly by council people. And this is not helping to bring our city back. Okay, this is very bad press for us. It doesn't look good. Businesses do not want to come to our city if they continue to see this. So the promises that you've made prior to becoming the council people that you are, please continue to follow that, okay? We do not have time anymore for this corruption and supposed allegations and coming against our police department of all. You have to stop. You have to stop. We have to move forward. It's just a distraction. Enough is enough.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Mike Hartley. Again, we only have half the story of what happened on Saturday with supposedly this family, as Mayor, you put it in your post. Since I only have a minute and a half, I'll try to cut to the chase. No matter what law enforcement does, whether it's city, state, or federal, they're vilified every single time. Well, I've got an answer for us. Let's bring in the National Guard. And if you don't think it can happen, ask Washington, D.C. But I tell you what, we have to have law and order, and I don't give a shit what law it is. I really don't care if it's the feds. They need protection too. If the residents are throwing bottles and crap at the cops, they get arrested, period. And I'm sick of hearing half the story. And I'll tell you the rest the next time I get 3 frickin' minutes.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Okay, Dolores Armstead. First question, have you guys been threatened with your life or a shooting? I'm asking because this is the first time I've seen a fully armed security. I know we have security, we have PD, but this is the first time I've seen fully armed security, private security company. It's very intimidating, just to let you know, it is. Then, economic development, thank you. Your newsletter is great. You have a nice little table outside, great information. Thank you. There's small business grants and workshops. We thank you for that. My next is look at the cities around us. They're all progressing. We are the seat of the county, and we look like a dump. We had a great RDA company that was sabotaged. They need to come back. We have no restaurants downtown, no shops. We can do better. You're the council. Several of you have been here too long with nothing to show, especially 1 through 4. People, you voted for this. We need that RDA company because they were doing something positive for us, and they're still for us. What I want to take to them is thank you, stay with us, because this council isn't going to be here forever. We're working on it. They will not be here forever. It will get better, okay? People, watch who you vote for, because we can do better. But people deserve better. The saga of San Bernardino is so sad, but it continues. Stay with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, Council. My name is Christian Flores, resident of now the 3rd Ward after the redistricting. I'm speaking in favor of item number 6 on the agenda, the liens for unused, vacant, and neglected properties by folks that own properties in the city of San Bernardino but don't do anything with them. If anything, I'd even suggest a later amendment to be able to make it such that community groups and organizations would be able to make use or creative use or adaptive use of said properties for pop-up events and things like that, to be able to actually make use of some of the vacant properties that are being neglected in general. Also combat some of the blight in the city. In addition, just to shed some light and empathy, share empathy with folks from the undocumented community that we share with and have basically been one of many layers of immigrant communities that have built the foundation for the city of San Bernardino and much of the country, like the railroads by the Chinese immigrants and stuff like that in the early formative years of the country, right? As early as January, there have been folks that have impersonated ICE and taken advantage of that to rape women in North Carolina as well as Philadelphia, and those are just the early cases, but just to raise awareness of how scary it is for folks that are bounty hunters and vigilantes to not show their faces when the whole reason we want to build relationships with our public officers and things like that and build confidence is through the identification process.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
My name is Al Palazzo, Mayor, Council members, City Manager. I have an appointment to meet with you Monday. Briefly, I would like to just cover 5 concepts that are foundational for 1,000 ideas I have to create economic opportunity for the residents of San Bernardino to transform their lives. I will explain how these can be implemented without government money, who's going to pay for them, and how we will message it to the public. No one else will bring these ideas to you. And I always say when I meet with anybody, and I don't mean to be sarcastic or rude, if you have a better idea, I want to hear it. And if you don't, what's wrong with considering an idea that will improve the lives of San Bernardino economically and transform their lives and transform this city? I don't know how much time you will give me, but 5 concepts that support 1,000 ideas. And then I'm going to ask you, I would like to be on your staff. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Joe Salas, 4th Ward. San Bernardino strong. It means something, doesn't it? It doesn't leave anyone out of what that means. It means our police department. It means our chief. It means our residents. Living in San Bernardino, and it means you, Mr. City Manager, too. Thank you for your eyes. And it means also our city council. It means a strong council with a vision. And when we have external things that come to our community, whether it be the shooting that happened 15 years ago, or incidents like ICE, and these things happen when outside forces come into our community, we have to remember when these forces leave or whatever happens to our community, we are still stuck with each other. Our neighbors are still our neighbors. Our students are still our students. I mean, I got to attend the great luncheon that happened with the chief, and it's ironic that they were raising money for young people, and then that was the person who was in the car. And so it's not easy to live in San Bernardino. It's not easy to do business with San Bernardino. We ought to give each other a break and just a deep breath and understand that we're all in here as a community together. We all got to succeed or all fail together. We all got to go forward. It's not about 4th Ward, 5th Ward. We all have to get wins for the entire community. And I think we can do that if we just give each other some agape, some radical love, and a nice deep breath. We can do it, San Bernardino. I know we can do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, do you have more names?
Ashley Dial, Richard Giles, Hector Loera, Kimberly Rosas, Janet McCaig, Julia, Brian Sanchez, Monet Wilson, Leah, Jerry Robershaw, Lakeisha McCrae, Natalia Saka, Venus Alfaro, Angel Lira, Miriam Nieto, Michael Segura, David Friedman, Les, Alicia Aguayo, and John Schollenberger.
Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Jeanette McCaig, and I'm here to voice my concern about the police aiding ICE. And when I say ICE, I use that term loosely because who knows who they are? They're masked, they don't have identification, they don't have badges, and most of the time they don't have warrants. So we can't normalize terrorizing our residents. Like, what are we doing? I and my neighbors will not sit silently and watch our neighbors get abducted. Sure won't. And I need the city council to come up with a solution. I know that's hard for you guys, but you need to come up with a solution and take care of this, because you cannot have a community being terrorized on a daily basis and expect them to live a normal life. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Julia. Who does the community call to keep us safe? We're told to rely on the police, which politicians use as an excuse to spend more than half of city and federal budgets on over-policing. But on Saturday, law enforcement proved again that they exist to enforce white supremacy, not protect rights. Their origins are in slave catching, and today, SBPD trains with the Israeli occupation forces who murder children and displace Palestinians. This nation hides behind false promises of justice, yet when a San Bernardino family asked mass agents for a warrant, ICE shot at them. Then ICE lied that the family had been aggressive. Law enforcement acts with impunity because politicians protect them. They always claim to be, quote, scared of unarmed civilians exercising constitutional rights. But people of color know better. This country never kept its promises, not to the Cherokee people forced off their land, not to repatriated Mexicans whose land was stolen, not to Japanese families in camps, and it even ignored Nazi concentration camps for years. The Constitution itself calls Native people merciless Indian savages. The Constitution was never written to protect us. It was written by wealthy white settlers who stole everything violently and changed laws whenever it suited them. I'm not here to appeal to the humanity of politicians or law enforcement. I know better. I'm here to remind you that we, the Native people and rightful owners of this land, will continue to resist by any and all means necessary. When you touch one of us, we will all respond.
Thank you. Next speaker, can state your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Monet. I actually work for Hightower Management. We were on the, I guess, target list. I tried to contact you, Dr. Ortiz, in reference to your participation in the rally. You yourself have your own ongoing issues with the community within yourself, to where I feel like you should have gave our company a chance to hear our side instead of standing across the street and just siding with the lawyers who comes, attacks the insurance policies that for our homes, and they get a settlement and they take the money back to Newport Beach, but they don't help our citizens. And then also in reference to the investors that do come to our company to get their properties managed by us, they are buying properties that are basically run down. Like, look at 1398, AKA the Yellows. They done painted it, they done applied new windows, they're installing heaters, they're installing air conditioners. No one wants to come and see that. But you guys send code enforcement out because the lawyers are after you guys because they want to make a case, and y'all start slapping citations, and then as soon as one of the code enforcement officers don't act abruptly, y'all change the officer, send someone else out so that y'all can cite us instead of seeing what that particular investor is doing for the property and for the community. Look how run down some of these apartments are. We take them. Police, they have a lot going on already. We are own security. We have to hire, which I understand because these are the investors invested in the community. But where do you guys help us keep the business in the community? And where do you guys help us with the tenants?
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Kimberly. I am a community member. I'm fairly new to San Bernardino, but I'm happy to call San Bernardino my home. And I have a lot of concerns in regards to ICE activity, And recently, the incident that happened on Saturday was very close to a few schools as well. So I'm really concerned as to what the police department is doing to keep our children safe from these enforcement agents. I work at San Bernardino High School. Police are outside all the time. I've never had a problem with them before, but I'm having problems with them now if they don't know how to act accordingly to actually protect the citizens that live in San Bernardino. That's not the only incident that I have a concern with police. A few weeks ago on East Street, we have a local flower shop called New Era's Flower Shop. There was a pursuit, and the car went inside the flower shop, full speed. The cops had time to go in through the open part of the gate, but still ran through the gate. This is right next to San Bernardino High School. If school were in session, how were we going to guarantee safety for our children who were walking home from school, walking home to go get a meal at McDonald's, which is just on Highland? I don't feel safe working at San Bernardino High School. I go for the kids. I go because I care about my community. But it's time that you guys start showing that you care about the community too and start holding our law enforcement accountable to actually protect our members.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, yes, my name is Lakeisha. I'm the bridge maintenance supervisor, And I wanted to make the addressing to the council about the breaking in of our vacants, the not being held accountable for the officers when we call them to come and take the people out. They're not renting the units. They're breaking in, so they're vandalizing them. So I feel that the officers should really come as we call them, because it is damaging, and all of the pricing to fix it goes on the owners. They're not being held accountable for it. So can we do better? Yes? Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good afternoon, Mayor Tran and council members. My name is Brian Sanchez. I'm one of the lead organizers for the Inland Coalition for Immigrant Justice. I'm here today to speak on the disgusting and violent actions that have been taken by immigration enforcement against our immigrant families and friends, and to call on this council to take action now. On August 7th at the Home Depot on 21st Street, over a dozen day laborers, hardworking individuals who are only looking for an honest day's work, were abducted by immigration enforcement officers. My organization responded and had to help their grief-stricken families to locate them. And as if this wasn't bad enough, just this Saturday, immigration officers opened fire on a vehicle with a family inside. What will it take for this council to do? What will this council do to address these attacks on our community? Does this council have to wait until someone is killed during these violent racist encounters, such as what happened to Carlos Roberto Montoya in Morovia? This council must not wait for the unthinkable to happen. The City Council must take the following steps to begin addressing these attacks on our immigrant communities and to recover the public trust that has been lost. First, this council must release all communications between the San Bernardino Police Department and federal agents. Second, this council must commit to creating and investing in a legal justice fund to assist immigrant residents with legal aid. Finally, this council must establish stricter guidelines surrounding mutual aid between local law enforcement and federal immigration officers. Action must be taken now. Our communities can no longer wait. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, my name is David Friedman. I'm a business and property owner in downtown San Bernardino. I'm in favor of number 16. Supporting cultural events such as Route 66 is important for our city and our downtown. Just as an example, my girlfriend and I, we own Viva La Boba. Usually on that day, we do 4 times our sales on even our greatest day annually. And so that's all sales tax, which goes to the city, and that's just one business. We take up 780 square feet. Like, we are so small, but that's just one business that's giving sales tax back to the city. So if you are going to review any city sponsorship of third-party events, please do it with facts and look at the sales tax that is coming through. And that's also considering that our downtown isn't even fully developed and it's half vacant most of the time. Subject to the delay of the Carousel Mall development, we could be doing even more in tax sales. Speaking of that, I respect Don Monty for being here. I think he's crazy that he's still trying to develop the Carousel Mall, and I respect it. And I really think his plan would be good for our community. I want to say, Kim Canas, you had brought up the P-bid update a few council meetings ago, and I would love to see where that's at as well. Please continue with that. We as property owners in downtown, we want to pay additional property taxes so that we can work with you guys and help to fix up downtown. And just to not mince words, if you are in support of ICE, you are a bootlicker.
Thank you. Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Angel. I'm an organizer with the Pomona Economic Opportunity Center, a nonprofit that organizes day laborers in the IE. And I'm here to also talk about the raid that happened on July 7th at the Home Depot. I don't know if you remember, but literally the day before we came and made public comment, and immediately after the next day, there was a raid, the biggest one we've seen yet. Almost 20 to 25 ICE vehicles, I say that loosely as well, came, or Border Patrol cars came, and they took over a dozen day laborers, and we haven't had a public denouncement from the mayor or city council, so yeah, what are we waiting for? We've been waiting to meet with you, Mayor, Councilmember Ibarra, and we also want to meet with the city manager to discuss solutions for these day laborers. They are looking for work. Looking for work is not a crime, and we want to make sure that they have a safe space from these illegal raids, because especially right now, there's still a temporary restraining order in place. Every time that they've come to that Home Depot, they do not come with warrants. They come storming in, terrorizing our day labor community, and they take them, and we're still looking for a lot of them as well. So please denounce these raids, and Mayor Tran, Councilmember Ibarra, and City Manager Levitt, we look forward to meeting with you about solutions to protect our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, my name is Miriam Nieto. I am a resident of the 7th Ward here in San Bernardino, and I am here today because I am angry. I am very angry about what we are seeing with the San Bernardino Police Department supporting ICE, which is causing terror in our community. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for masked men to enter our streets, pull out guns, and shoot at our community. A family that believed in the police department to then be told we can't do anything about it when they called the police department. That is the reason why there is no trust in the police department, not because of conspiracy theories, not because there's things being made up. It's because there is true evidence that our police department is not supporting our community, is not defending us, it's not here to protect us, because they are way more worried about the politics that are happening within this council, within this city, versus our actual community being protected. And that is not okay. More than half of our budget goes to them. Why are they not protecting our community? This behavior should not become normalized in our city. We cannot just dismiss this and move on with our days. The evidence at the moment shows that our police department is more worried about how they are being looked at than actually protecting us. Please, I tell you, we are a community of grassroots and values, and we understand that the police department should work for us and not the other way around.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Good evening, Mayor, Council members. My name is Natalia Saka, and I am the Regional Policy Advocate for the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights, known as CHIRLA. Today, I urge you to take action to protect our immigrant community in San Bernardino. What happened on Saturday is a clear example of the kind of situation that will continue to repeat itself unless we don't adopt stronger local protections. I urge the council to move forward with a policy requiring immigration enforcement agents to clearly identify themselves when operating in our city. Residents should never feel unsafe in their own neighborhoods. Clear identification is a simple, common sense step that strengthens safety for everyone. Beyond this, I want to share that I will be emailing the entire council to request a meeting. I believe it is important that we sit down together to have a productive conversation about what we can do regarding ICE activity in our community and how we can best move forward with policies that reflect the values of safety, dignity, and justice. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Michael Seguro. I'm the Executive Director of the Garcia Center for the Arts. I first wanted to take some time to invite you all, including the community, to a tree planting at the Garcia Center to honor the legacy of Dr. Ernie Garcia, one of the founders of the Cultural and Arts Center. It's going to take place Saturday, September 6th, starting at 10 a.m. in our community culture garden located behind our main building. The ceremony is going to be followed by a reception in our auditorium. Everyone's welcome to join. And speaking of our garden, I would like to take some time to speak for the Garcia Center and the community we serve. This is a statement from one of our community members who leads programs at our center. During the ICE incident on August 16th, I was there in the garden, and we had children with us. The fact that the feds didn't present a warrant and started shooting in a residential area in front of the garden absolutely terrified us. The fact that the cops allowed them to continue investigating without a warrant after shooting at civilians is even scarier. We don't feel safe because of the feds and the PD. We want to see the city invest in uplifting safe havens like the Garcia Center's Culture Garden and standing up for its residents against these cruel tactics. So I just ask you all to listen to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hello, Mayor, City Council. My name is Venus Alfaro. I'm an organizer with the Pomona Economic Opportunity Center. And we've been here quite a few times already discussing the police harassment of day laborers and also the ICE raids that have been going on. As we all know, there's currently a temporary restraining order in effect in San Bernardino County. So I want to ask, why are we not enforcing it? The event that we saw unfold on Saturday was disgusting. Why are we letting masked people who are not identifying themselves, not showing any warrants, just go up to any random brown person and try to kidnap them? It's disgusting. We need the San Bernardino City Council to do more for the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Alicia Aguayo, and I'm a longtime resident of San Bernardino. And as a longtime resident, I've seen our community endure and also overcome a lot. And I've also seen a lot of our taxpayer money going to paying for a lot of lawsuits because of the SBPD, and that's very concerning. And it's also concerning about what I saw in the videos online regarding the incident Saturday. It was very much clear that SBPD was standing in line with ICE. There is no gray area in this moment. Standing with ICE is standing with fascism and a morally corrupt government. We know that DHS doesn't do things legally, or nor are they morally conscious, as they are racially profiling anyone they deem as illegal, and many being working class families and residents just trying to make a living. And we all deserve to feel safe in our community. As a mother, it's unbelievable that we have to explain this to our kids, what's going on in this country, let alone in this city, people being shot at and targeted. And this is the reality of what DHS stands for, and and along with families just being targeted, kids are being targeted, and that's what it means when we collaborate with ICE. It is deeply concerning knowing that we aren't questioning actions from DHS, and I want to know what the council is going to do to ensure that we do not collaborate moving forward. Residents have a right to protect themselves and our community.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Jerry Robershaw. This is about Route 66. Judy Payman and the City, Chamber of Commerce is trying to get San Bernardino Route 66 back. I know it will make a lot of money if it's done right, and they're trying to do what they can do. They only got like 1,200 cars. I remember when there was almost 2,700 at one time. So there had to be money made. So give them as much support as you can give them. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
John Schollenberger, 7th Ward, City of San Bernardino. On May 2nd, 2024, the oldest of my three brothers that I lost between 20 and 2024 was found dead in his home by the Riverside County Sheriffs, and opioid overdose played a big role in that. So he was the last of my three brothers. So it's real, and I want to remind people to check on your people. Call them. We haven't heard from them in a while. Get on the phone. Okay, now, second, what is called noise and a distraction and false accusation, in my opinion, when you don't have your facts straight, if you don't, is incorrect. I call it holding people accountable when they need to be held accountable. Dr. Ortiz, I stand by your side, right by your side. You have all the evidence and all the facts and everything in your hand to validate that you were victimized. You're not the villain, you're the victim. You didn't do this to you, it was done to you. Illegally, in a klutz run. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, it's true, here's all the paperwork. Oh no, you're lying. No, what is it? It's called holding people accountable and making sure that people understand you can't get away with stuff like that, especially with Dr. Ortiz. She comes with receipts.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
Hector Loera. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for your undivided attention. I want to call upon consciousness. I want to call upon all of my fellow human beings today who are alive. We need to start making changes for a better world. Now, in our own minds, we could all decide what those changes are. What I'm asking from us right now, we need to start finding solutions. How can we help one another? We all have an opportunity in life, a chance at life. We have power in today. Thank you all for listening. I hope my message comes close to you all, and I hope that we could all communicate with one another. I hope that we can have council meetings where we could communicate with you guys instead of you guys just listening, so that we could address concerns with civilized, and that we could also address these issues and find these solutions for one another. That's what we all are here for. We're all here to find solutions within our communities, and we hope that we could start finding these solutions. I hope that we could all come, like I said, I hope that we could all come together. I want to invite everybody so that we could start making changes ourselves as well. When this meeting is over, I want to start talking with people, communicating with people, and I want to address community leadership for the youth, for the elderly, for everyone, for this whole world, for all of humankind. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please state your name.
This meeting starts too early. Stop that bullshit. Fuck Tesla and Eli Musty, and fuck ISIS, ICE. And if you Mexican and you work for ICE, then you will sell out to your people. When are we going to do a forensic audit from when we went bankrupt to the present time? And we also need to do a forensic audit of Theodore Sanchez and Old Man Fred. Kim Canas, you said something a while ago talking about the city manager position wasn't a rush, but it was a rush. We actually skipped over a qualified candidate named Mr. Black to get a guy named Mr. Steve who did some corrupt stuff. And then he turned around and said the black people in the community didn't want him because he was a white guy. And then turned around and made up another story behind that. And then our city manager, a city attorney gave the guy money to settle out of court. You know, and that was crazy in itself. And then after that city manager, we got a drunk ass city manager who came drunk the first day. So that was a rush. The county is trying to make homelessness a crime. The city dropped the ball on the homelessness 3-4 years ago. We said we filed for state of emergency dealing with homelessness, and still no homeless shelter. Still nothing at all is built. What else? Damn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've already called all the names that were submitted for requests.
Okay, that concludes the public comments. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mayor, if I might make an
Yes.
additional statement. We have received written comments which have been distributed to the mayor and members of the city council for their review. These comments can also be found on our website attached to the agenda packet.
Thank you. We will now move on to consent calendar items 4 to 16. Mr. City Manager, do you have any polls from the items?
Madam Mayor, I'm asking to poll number 15.
Okay, 15 is pulled. Councilmember Ibarra, do you have any polls?
No.
Thank you. Councilmember Canas?
No.
Thank you. Councilmember Sanchez?
No.
Thank you. Councilmember Ortiz?
No.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
None.
Thank you. Councilmember Flores?
None.
Thank you. Councilmember Charette?
Number 16.
Number 16, Councilmember Charette. Is there a motion to
Move
further
the
make-
balance.
Thank
Second.
you. There's a motion. There's a second. Please cast your votes digitally on the screen.
Madam Mayor, I want to clarify that number 15 is being pulled to move to September 3rd.
Okay, thank you.
That was I was going to clarify that. It's being continued, right? You're pulling it off.
Item 15 will be.
That is correct.
Will continue.
I apologize for the
Okay,
confusion.
thank you.
I'd like to clarify, not continued, pulled. If you continue, that means we're hearing it and then continuing the item.
No, it's pulled and moved to September 3rd is
Yes.
what I'm requesting.
Thank you.
The consent calendar passes unanimously.
Thank you. Councilmember Surratt, item 16.
Thank you, Mayor. And first, before Judy Penman gets too excited, I'm going to support this item. I do want to make a statement about it, and to staff, I empathize with this late date for this item coming here. It should have come much earlier, and there's some cleanup that needs to be done, and I think it's maybe even legal. On the resolution and throughout the report, we refer to Route 66 rendezvous. It is not the Route 66 rendezvous. It is rendezvous back to Route 66. If I am not mistaken, Route 66 rendezvous is a trademark registered name. That's something that we used to have, but we lost that to Ontario a number of years ago. And so that should be changed throughout the resolution and the report. And I just wanted to state, as I said, I do support this. This is an organization, not an organization, but an event that I've been a part of for nearly 30 years, and I've always supported it. I'm afraid that we didn't have very good communication from our Chamber of Commerce this year, and this item wouldn't maybe even be on here tonight if it hadn't been that I received an actual registration to participate in the event, and I casually mentioned it to one of my colleagues, who I think got in touch with City Manager's office right away, and everyone started scrambling around to get this on for tonight so that we can support the organization and give you what you're going to need. So I think this is somewhat related to the item that's going to be talked about next, or at least voted on next, to have a more solid policy on how organizations come to us for these waivers and for our participation. The date of the event, which has always been the first weekend, the first Saturday of October, again, was unilaterally changed without the staff and the city's input on that. And I fear, as I say, that this would not have even come to this if we hadn't made some comments earlier. But it's an event that is very important to this city. And as I said, I will move approval with the changes that I've stated here, and I will be supporting it. I will, however, not be able to attend this year because it was changed to a date that is, and I am in the car culture, the hot rod car culture of Southern California, and these dates are pretty standard, and there's a general calendar that's out available to the public and to organizations. And over the years, the car clubs and the car events have tried to respect each other's dates. And by changing this date from the first weekend in October to the second weekend on October, it is interfering with one of our nonprofits here in the town, in the city, that never asks for a dime from us, and that's the Lighthouse for a Blind, that will be holding their 15th annual car show and fundraiser, the second meeting. So they will be competing with each other. But with all that said, I will move approval on it.
Thank you, Councilmember Ward. There's a motion and seconded by Councilmember Ortiz. The Chambers, would you like to say a few words? Because this is an item before.
It's just a consent.
This doesn't require any additional comments.
I'd like to call for the question.
Yes, call the question first before Fred readings.
The Chambers would like to say a few words, so
After you vote,
Okay,
if
we can
that's
call for the vote.
appropriate. It's open.
Yes.
It's not appropriate? No, but that's okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
I'm waiting for votes for. And Councilmember Ibarra? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, dear Fred. I have to add, Fred and I have known each other practically all of our lives, and I really appreciate what you've done. Thank you, because I didn't expect you to support this after our conversation. I am very grateful for the council's support on this. I can't tell you we couldn't do it without the co-sponsorship of this. But actually, when we did this, when the city did this before, they had a lot more money to support this than the chamber did, and we picked this up with God's support, and well, bribing me to do this. And we've enjoyed doing this for the city. But actually, when Teddy called me a week ago Monday, he yelled at me because he wanted to know, yes, you did, and don't deny it. And you know you did. Now, wait a minute, because it was a little different story, and I have to defend myself, because he asked me if I had called the city manager to make an appointment. And I said I was going to give him at least a week to be in office before I called him, because it was kind of a rigmarole the way we've been going through city managers, right? So that he had just been in office that day. And so I immediately called the mayor's assistant, and she's the one that got me the appointment the next day, which was absolutely wonderful. And I have to say, contrary to some of the people that were in this building today, and before I even go any further, you guys are all in my prayers. I absolutely give you credit for going through what you go through every council meeting, and I watch a lot of them. God bless you. You are doing a good job. You really are. I've sat on a board like this, and I know what it's like. But anyway, we met with the city manager, and he is wonderful. You have made an excellent choice, contrary to what some of the people think here. This is going to last, and you are going to have a wonderful relationship. He met with us. We had a great conversation. He's going to move to San Bernardino after the first of the year, which you know how happy that made me. So we are grateful for the sponsorships of, or well, I shouldn't say sponsorship, but for the cooperation of the city and your well, it is a co-sponsorship. We do this together. We do the work, you provide the financial backing, because we couldn't do it without it. And thank you all. And I look forward to seeing everybody but Fred he's going to be at the Lighthouse, as it should be. Sandy and I do not have a problem. She just renewed her membership. We go way back, and I don't know if you know that her mother died, but I called her and gave her my condolences right after it happened. So that's just a little tidbit. So thank you all. I love you. And
Thank you.
We'll see those of you who we see. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we will now move on to items to be considered for future meetings. Item 17, review of policy for city sponsorship of third party. Yes.
Can I make a no.
Do you want to go to the mic, please?
I would like to introduce Whitney Henderson, the chairman of my board, who is the chairperson of 7 different departments of Loma Linda University Health, and Kevin Quiggle, whom a lot of you know, who is a business owner in San Bernardino Inland Empire Glass and does the Nutcracker. So I have wonderful people who are here with me that I'm very grateful for.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
I just would like to move to approve 17 and 18 together, please.
Okay.
I'll second that.
There's a motion, a second. If there's no opposition to that from council, Madam City Clerk.
The digital voting is open. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you, council. We will move on to Mayor and City Council updates. Councilmember Ibarra, do you have any updates?
Yes, I attended the Muscopiabi Neighborhood Association this past week, and I'm going to emphasize what I did at that meeting. If you're a senior citizen, you can apply for a discount for BurgTech. We had no rate increases for 3 years. We are amongst the lowest rates in the area that Vertex serves. So please take advantage of those discounts. If you're a senior citizen, if you live in a mobile park, or if you want a smaller trash bin, contact Vertex for those discounts. That's all.
Thank you. Councilmember Canas?
No updates for me today.
Thank you. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes, the grand opening of the Mount Vernon Bridge is finally here upon us. It's going to be this Saturday, 9 a.m. at the south end of the bridge, which is 2nd and Mount Vernon. The events, again, will start at 9 o'clock. They'll run till the early afternoon, so I encourage everyone to come out and celebrate the biggest public works project in the history of the city. We'll see you all there.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Ortiz?
Thank you, Mayor. I attended the Neighborhood Association meeting. It was really great. I also attended the concert in the park. I believe that was our last one for the season, and it was fantastic. I just want to give a great thank you to our Park and Recreation team and all the vendors who just made this season super awesome, and I look forward to getting able to be a part of that next year. I also attended a community meeting regarding the immigration issue, and I do want to thank our mayor for putting out her statement. And in addition, just to give a repeat, I will be bringing forward the questions. I think what the community said tonight is important, and even more so, it also transcends just general status of who's legal versus not, and for any of us to have mass people, unmarked cars surrounding us with police badges on or police vests on. And I think that is absolutely worthy of a conversation. So I will be bringing that forward to the city manager, Mr. Levitt, as well as addressing the chief of police on that to find out what the protocol is. Because I think everything you guys are saying is extremely valid. And I thank our community for coming out and taking the time to do that. We'll be doing the bridge opening tomorrow. And I really appreciate the comments of Commissioner Alvarado, because the economic impact to the west side was horrendous during this time, and so it's going to take a lot of effort and dedication and investment to make sure that that community is brought back to life. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Councilmember. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Mayor. I had the opportunity to attend the North End Neighborhood Association. I don't remember exactly the date, but within the last week. The guest speaker was the chief, of course. It was very well attended, very active group up there as well. And then I also want to say thank you to all those who attended this past Saturday to my community event, and especially to Supervisor Joe Baca Jr., who was our guest speaker, council members Sanchez, Canas, Flores. We had other people from other agencies. The city manager was present as well. And so thank you to all of you. Many commissioners were present, and many members of the community, and even neighboring cities as well were present. So thank you to all of you who did come out. Appreciate it. And again, thank you to Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. And then just as a final reminder, or perhaps not a final reminder, I'm sure we'll hear it again, but the Mount Vernon Bridge this Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Please be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Flores?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to give a special thank you to Lieutenant Echeverria for hosting an amazing Coffee with the Cop at the Western District. I want to give thanks to St. Anthony's Church for being gracious enough for us to, for them to host the Coffee with the Cop event there. I want to thank Tesla for coming to San Bernardino. That's a big win for us, and I'll see everyone at the Mount Vernon Bridge on Saturday. And I have a business in the 6th Ward. MF Training SB is going to be hosting a workout event from 7 to 9 p.m. Live DJ. It's going to be at the turf. We're going to get some exercise in, so help spread the word, and I hope to see you all. I don't know. I know some of you don't want to exercise Saturday night, so yeah, but if you want to come on by. It'll be great to hang out with you guys.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Charette?
I'm not going to say that there's an opening of the Mount Vernon Bridge on Saturday morning at 9:30.
Thank you, Councilmember. Just a brief updates of what I've done. In August 7th, I attended the ribbon cutting of the Adolescent Behavioral Health Unit at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. This unit represents an important investment in the health and well-being of our youth, providing critical services and support for adolescents and their families. So huge congratulations to the county, but which also serves our city and our residents. August 8th, I attended the Chief's Luncheon along with other council members here. Beautiful job to the police department, to your chief, for really supporting our youth. As well as celebrated the 100th birthday of Miss Dorothy Deteen at the Villas in San Bernardino. August 9th, I attended the WIC Community Baby Shower. This event celebrates and supports families, and they welcome new life into our community. I want to thank WIC and all the partners who work to ensure their parents and babies have the resources, care, and encouragement that they need to thrive. August 10th, I attended the ribbon cutting at the Little Free Library at Blair Park, along with Councilmember Canas, part of the Love Your Block grant recipient. Congratulations to Girl Scouts Troop 1132. Great job. August 12th, I attended the ICS 402 training for emergency preparedness hosted by San Bernardino County for elected officials and executives. Thank you so much for doing that, just to prepare us for potential disaster in our community. August 13th, attended the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority general meeting, as well as the August 14th Transportation Authority Metro Valley Study Session. August 15th, attended Cal City's Equity Advising Committee. August 16th, attended and volunteered at Santa Claus when you had your, Mayor Pro Tem, your community event. Same time, Santa Claus Inc. Plug and Play event where they donate thousands of toys to San Bernardino City Unified School District kids and families. And a huge shout out to Karen DiCarlo. Thank you so much for all you and your team are doing for our children. As well as same day, I attended the Love Your Block E Street Alley Mural Ribbon Cutting with Councilmember Canas and Councilmember Sanchez. They were there in downtown. Beautiful, beautiful art mural. If you haven't checked it out, please do, because those artists are so talented, and it tells a story in our community. August 17th, attended another Love Your Block, Bountiful Block Day. Shout out to Ruth. This is on Marshall Boulevard, and it was wonderful to see children, families coming together, and just really take great pride. August 18th, joined a backpack giveaway organized by IE Divas Connection and Connections Incorporated and other community partners at Life Changing Ministries. Councilmember Flores was able to join me on that, so thank you. Come out for that. This morning, attended the grand opening along with Councilmember Flores and Sanchez at the opening of Tesla, which City Manager provided the update. Wow. And looking forward to more and more wonderful businesses coming to our city. I do want to share another Love Your Block grant recipient coming up this Saturday, 7 a.m. before the Mount Vernon Bridge grand opening. It's a tree planting event at David Way this Saturday, 7 a.m. And so hope to see you there. Councilor Charette, that's in your neighborhood. And we mentioned the Mount Vernon, that's 9:30 a.m. And on August 30th at 9 a.m., there is an unveiling of the mural, another Love Your Block grants recipient at Campo Santo Park. So hope to see you all there. Again, wish you all a happy, safe, and peaceful Labor Day. So we will see you. Oh, yes, Councilmember Canas?
Sorry, just one update. We have a wonderful local business on the spot. They're celebrating their 1-year anniversary. I was reminded of that. Please, the community, come out. I love to boost our local businesses. They are the backbone of our economy. So it'll be August 23rd, again, on the spot in Kendall Plaza. They'll be doing their 1-year anniversary celebration from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, please check out On Your Spot, because that's a great place. So that is all of the updates from all of us. Now, the meeting's adjourned, everyone, at 6:53 p.m. The next joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, and the Mayor and City Council acting as the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino acting as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority, will adjourn to the regular meeting to be held on September 3rd, 2025. At the Feldheim Central Library, located at 555 West 6th Street, San Bernardino, California, 92410. Closed session will begin at 4, and open session will begin at 5. Thank you, and have a good night, everyone.